Hey guys, so today I'm going to be reacting to Mr. Nightmare's new video that he uploaded like 8 hours ago, 9 hours ago. I didn't even realize until I got home, and then, yeah, 9 hours ago, I was looking into my notifications, and I was like, ah! Like, I was like screaming, and I was like, and Lexus was with me, so was she, yeah, because me and Lexus hung out today after work. But yeah, so I'm just going to react to this, don't mind me. I'm going to the doctor in like a day or two, just because like I have a fever or something, like pain or something here, I don't know what the hell's going on. So yeah, if I act kind of weird or if I seem kind of tired, it's because I am tired and because I also kind of feel hot. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm sick. I don't know what the hell the issue is, but this video is 12.5 minutes long. It's three true disturbing chat room horror stories. Kind of seems interesting. I tried to close Facebook and everything just so I don't get any annoying notifications. And just gonna turn this down. It's already on mute. Good. Okay. So this is gonna be three true disturbing chat room horror stories. Let's get into it. Let's see if it's good. Play sexy. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Back around 2010 and 2011, when websites like Chatroulette were popular, my friends and I would sometimes mess around with people on our webcam. The website usually peaked on weekend nights, and when we were like 14, we didn't really do much on weekend nights. So I had my friend Peter over, and we hopped on Chatroulette. It was just my mom home, so we went upstairs with the laptop where we could be as loud as we wanted. We acted like two idiotic 14-year-olds, basically being mean and rude to anyone we saw. So basically on Chatroulette, you'd press go, and it would match you with someone else, anyone else using their webcam. Some girl who appeared to be a couple years older than us popped up. Her camera quality wasn't the best, and she was sitting in a dark room with a blue light filling a decent amount of it.
Kind of weird.
I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty tiny details over what Peter and I said to her, but we acted like douchey, mean teenage boys, to be frank. Then Peter said, "Who is that behind you?" I suddenly looked beyond the girl to see what he was talking about. I didn't see anyone, so I caught on that he was joking. She seemed to know he was messing with her right away too.
Yeah, but is he joking?
Saying something along the lines of us being little dweebs. Peter insisted to the girl he was being serious, and I played along with it. The girl turned around, and like the two of us, she didn't see anyone behind her. All I could see behind her was the rest of the room, which appeared to be a mess, and her bed tucked in the corner.
It does kind of look like there's like something there.
Peter said there was someone hiding behind her bed. I looked at Peter, trying to hold in the laughter and make it seem like I was seeing what he was seeing too. Then I finally noticed someone in the background, by the back wall of the girl's room.
Oh shit.
He was coming out from behind the bed, seemingly trying to be inconspicuous. My smile disappeared as I then realized Peter wasn't joking around.
It looks like there's like...
I started telling her that someone was actually sneaking up behind her. Realistically, I assumed it was her brother or something messing with her, trying to scare her. So I said that.
But don't
"It looks
assume.
like your brother is trying to scare you." She finally turned around, and her reaction was not what I was expecting at all. She screamed at the top of her lungs and jumped back out from her chair onto the desk, crawling backwards while frantically kicking her feet at the person approaching her. We could hear the sounds of books and other items falling from her desk as she kicked and screamed. Her webcam started to shake, as all we could see of her was her legs. The person in her room got in arm's reach of her, and now we could see a black mask over his face. He grabbed the girl and kept screaming, "Shut up," and her screams only got worse. Peter and I were silent now, simply staring, not knowing what to make of this. The man then looked into the webcam from behind his black mask for a second, and a few seconds later, the screen went dark, and we connected to another random person.
Oh my god. I
Peter
hope she
and
was
I looked at each other. We closed out from the website and sat there to talk and take that in for a second. We agreed it was possible it could have been a prank. A lot of people on YouTube at the time played pranks on people on Chatroulette to get some crazy reactions. And it looked real. Almost too real to be a performance. Well, a few days later, I got a text from Peter. It was a link. A link to a news article about a teenage girl who had been murdered while home alone a few days back. We told our parents because we wanted to be able to give a description of what happened to the police. So our parents coordinated a time for us to sit down with the two investigators to explain everything we saw. We said we were on Chatroulette with a blonde girl who looked either 16 or 17, and that some average-sized looking man wearing a black ski mask emerged from a back corner of her room and started to attack her on camera, but only for so long until he turned off the computer. We gave the best description we could. Whether they believed us or not, or whether the information helped or not, was something we honestly never found out.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like I wish she was. I hope she's okay, and then they say that, and I'm like, frig.
One winter night when I was 17, I came up with the brilliant idea of exploring the deep web after hearing all the craze about it. Everybody and their mother was claiming how the deep web was some dangerous, crazy part of the internet that nobody should ever go to. Others said these people didn't know what they were talking about, and that the deep web is actually extremely boring and uninteresting. I wanted to do some browsing out of curiosity. I needed to download a special web browser called Tor, which allowed you to visit websites ending with the .onion domain. When I had the browser, I didn't know where or how to start, so I Googled where to start on the deep web, and that gave me a page full of archived links to the deep web. The page scrolled down forever. There must have been thousands of links. I finally decided to click on one. It was a .onion link that led to another archive of links. It took a while to load, but there I was, on another page of probably thousands of links. Only the background to this page was now black, and the links were red. I scrolled down until I found a link to a chat room. This also took forever to load, but I think it was called Backdoor Fire Chat or something. I put in a quick username, ABC1234, and I was entered into the chat. There appeared to be only 3 people in the chat, but messages from hours, even days before, were still in the chat log. Most of the messages people left were links. Hardly anyone had been saying what the links led to, though. One of the other users, whose username was something ominous like username157 or something, said something directed to me. He asked what I was looking for. I thought for a second, then typed out, "I'm looking for the darker part of the deep web." He didn't say anything for a minute. Then he posted a link. He didn't say what the link was to, so I asked. I waited another minute for him to respond, but instead he apparently signed out from the chat so that it was just me and one other person. So I clicked on the link, and I swear it had to have taken at least 2 minutes for the page to finally load. It was an unlabeled website with a black background and a banner at top with a picture of a living room with a red satanic symbol drawn on the table. All the text seemed to be written in some weird language. It seemed to be Hebrew characters. There were also a bunch of buttons, also written in whatever language this was at the top of the page. I clicked one of the middle buttons, and after a long loading time, a black chat room took over the screen. Messages with more of the Hebrew or whatever language filled the chat room. In one of the messages, though, 2 words stuck out that were written in text I could actually read. The words were my first and last name. I tried to exit the chat, but my mouse started to lag. Then the other user in the chat room posted a picture of my face. It was clearly taken just now through my webcam. Then he sent another and another. Constant pictures showing my horrified face basically frame by frame. I tried moving the mouse and clicking out of the browser, but it was frozen, and my computer just kept making the error noise as more messages I couldn't read were sent, as well as more pictures of my face.
It's like it was getting hacked.
I pressed down the power button on the laptop for like 10 seconds, and it finally turned off. Even turning off the laptop seemed to take longer than usual. My heart was still racing, though, and I still had goosebumps.
I would too.
I left my computer off for 12 hours and put a post-it note over my webcam from there on. I also deleted Tor and never visited the dark web again.
Yeah, the dark, like I don't really know what that really like is. Like I always thought that was like porn or something, but I don't know what that really would be. I don't look up dark web shit. Like I don't look that shit up. Like.
Remember that little feature on the original Nintendo DS called PictoChat?
Yes.
It was like a little chat room you could join with anyone else using a DS within a certain range.
Oh my god, I remember that.
My house is right down the block from the town street in our neighborhood, what with all the pubs and festivities and such. When I was 12, the Nintendo DS was really in its prime, especially the Pokemon games. There was a spot in town down the block from me, tucked between a couple stores, with a few benches that I'd walk to all the time to meet up with my friend Carl, so that we could battle in Pokemon usually. Actually, it was a spot where a lot of kids would be walking around with their DSs. One night, instead of playing Pokemon, Carl and I were just messing around on the PictoChat feature.
I love
sending each
PictoChat.
other inappropriate pictures and dumb messages.
I totally forgot about that. I always use that, and I was like, yeah, this is so fun.
I remember taking note of how much the leaves were starting to sway nearby, how the wind was apparently starting to pick up. Then, we both got the ding that would sound when someone else would enter the chat. It also said on the screen, now entering, Joe. Carl and I looked up at each other, smiling, because it was funny but weird that someone else had joined. We looked around our immediate surroundings, and that little square between buildings that we were sitting in, but it was a little dark to see anything outside of the light hanging from the side of one of the buildings, so we went along with it. I wrote, "Hey Joe," with my stylus. He responded back with keyboard text saying, "Hey." So Carl wrote with his stylus, "Where are you?" Joe sent back a message in more keyboard text, saying, "I see you." Carl and I looked up at each other once again, since it was obviously a strange thing for him to say.
I see
Looked
you.
around again. Joe sent another message saying, "You guys come here a lot, don't you?" I wrote back this time using the keyboard instead of free draw, saying, "Yeah, who are you and where are you?" Then, this Joe person sent a picture. It was some squiggly, fluffy-looking object. My first guess was that it was a cloud. I typed back, "Is that a cloud?"
So you're in the
Joe
sky.
said, "No, guess again." I typed back, "Why?" He typed back, "It's where I'm hiding." For the third time, Carl and I exchanged glances. Carl screamed out finally, "Who's out there?" I looked back down at the DS and saw another picture from Joe. It was similar to his last picture, but more detailed. I sent my second guess. "Is it a bush?" I said. Then I heard a chuckle. It sounded like right on top of me. I knew Carl heard it too, because we once again looked at one another. But then, I saw his eyes focus on something behind me. I turned and saw some guy slowly standing up from a big bush that sat behind my bench. He towered over me, and as he looked down at me, he had on a very wide smile. I remember his teeth were small and his gums took up most of his smile. Then he put both his hands on my shoulders, not in a gentle way. He grabbed my shoulders and squeezed them with a tight grip, and I screamed. Carl and I ran for our bikes, and as I initially started to pedal, desperately trying to pick up speed, I heard the clonking of the man's footsteps behind us. Thankfully, we picked up enough speed and got back into public view on the road, and only then did I look back. The man wasn't following us. We went straight to my house and told my mom and dad, who forbid me from going to town alone at night anymore. They called Carl's parents to recommend they do the same to their son. Even if they hadn't put that restriction on me, there's no way I would have ever gone back to that spot at night. It actually freaks me out to wonder how many times that guy had to have watched us on our DSs to have known when to come, and with one of his own.
I hate when I'm like watching these videos and then I hear a noise. I'm like, hey, really? Like, you have to make a noise now? Like, why not in an hour? Like, or not at all? Like, okay. Anyway, so to the first story, I forgot what the second story was. Like, I completely blanked and I totally forgot what the second story was. So yeah, I totally forgot what the second story was. But for the first one, that's scary shit. Like, you're just like in your room and then someone like, and then basically the only thing that might save you is just some random person saying there's someone behind you. Like, is there someone behind me? But damn right there isn't. But yeah, there's nothing really I can say to that. Like, cause like you can't really like prevent yourself. Like, just lock your doors. Don't let anyone in. Lock everything. Like your windows, your doors. Lock everything just so no one can get in. If someone's in your house, fucking call the cops and hide if you can. But she was totally oblivious to it. Just those two boys almost saved her, but she still apparently died anyway, which is kind of sad. Well, which is sad, not kind of. But yeah, the second story, I'm just gonna go back and see what that was. Oh yeah, that. Okay, yeah. So, all I did is like go back and so in the chat room, do not press links. Do not go to the deep web. That's basically it. Do not go to the deep web. Do not click links that you don't know what's in it, because then it could hack your thingy. It could like make your iPad or computer or phone like mess up or something, or lag, or some kind of virus or something, right? Don't press anything like that. And then especially if there's like random people in the chat sending random links, do not open them. I know it's probably tempting because you want to like see what the fuck it is, right? But then don't do it because then it could be dangerous. It could be bad. And in which case it obviously was. My cat's meowing. Just don't do it. I also kind of feel like the wind is like moving the branches a little bit because like we have another winter storm coming. Of course, like this is like the third one. There's already been like 3 snow days in my city, and tomorrow might be another one. And when I was in school, how many snow days did we get? 0 to 1. And now there's like a million storms, like one after another. And now the school boards seem more lenient to like letting off school. Like when we were in school, nope, you're going to school, bitch. Like I don't care if you die, like you're going to school. It's like really, what the hell is this? But yeah. That's random, but I don't know why, but like every time I do a video, I feel like updating you on my life on the weather for some reason, as if anybody cares. And then the last video, obviously, or the last story, basically one, don't go out at night, don't go in a park, because at first I don't know why, I'm tired, I'm stupid. I felt like they were in like, I thought they were in like a house at first, and then I was like, wait, like they're showing a bench, right, and then like a bush, right, and then like they heard someone laughing, so I was like, no way, like they're outside, right. So don't be outside out of nowhere. And picked up chat, I totally forgot how that shit works. Like when I saw a photo, I was like, oh yeah, like you can say hello. I don't know if random people can just join. Like I don't know if it's kind of like a wireless kind of like type thing, kind of like where anybody can join. I'm pretty sure you need Wi-Fi for that. It is a kind of like Messenger in a way, kind of like a Messenger chat. It's just obviously like Messenger's a lot more advanced, obviously, but like no, I remember that like picked up chat was fun. I know if you had a DS and someone else had a DS, you could connect. I don't know how some random person can just connect. I don't know if all random people, like I forgot how it works, so I don't know if all random people can join, like anywhere, anytime. Like I'm pretty sure they have to be close, right? A close range. But like yeah, like it's like I see you. It's like hey, like I could like right at that time you say fuck off. You shut down your tablet or not tablet. You shut down you exit the thing, walk away, run away. Better yet. Especially if someone says I see you and then you hear someone behind you, you best be booting it. And then he chased you, right? So, yeah, don't basically trust anyone. Like, don't open links. Don't do anything like that. Just don't do it. Okay, just basically don't do what, like in every horror story. Basically, just don't do what the person does, and you'll be fine. Basically that. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys did this video. Again, I'm sorry if I seem kind of off, and I've been doing this a lot just because my head's hot. I don't know what the hell's wrong, but I'm going to the doctor soon, so we'll see what's going on. But yeah, sorry I haven't been posting much. I didn't react to like Nightmare Files at all recently because I'm still mainly on Mr. Nightmare because like he's the best, like he's, and just because I've been tired, just didn't really want to or didn't really have time. But I'll try to react to Nightmare Files more. But yeah, I really got a shower. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys like this video. Tell me if you guys want me to like react to anything else. And yeah, just let me know if you guys like these types of videos. If you want more of them, which I'm assuming you do, because I'm always gonna do them just because I love seeing my reaction back afterward too. But yeah, anyway guys, I hope you guys like this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.